Good morning, everyone. I'm going to be doing a deck review and replay here. It's actually going to be a live gameplay recording, but anyways, sorry for the absence. I've had some real life stuff going on, and my schedule's changed quite a bit. I will be trying to upload as regularly as possible, but just understand that it may not be twice a week. We'll see. I'm going to try really hard. Anyways, moving on from that. Today we are going to be doing a review of this NORAD deck. This is a deck that I have built myself. But if you have been on any of the live streams or discords that maybe I've talked in a little bit, you might know that I don't really like playing the United States or Canada, despite the fact, I'm an American and I'm from Texas, and Texans are kind of known for being almost overly patriotic. But anyways, I don't know. I've never really enjoyed playing NORAD for whatever reason. I don't know if it's just that they don't fit my playstyle or what it is, but I have kind of looked at some recommendations and I'm going to try a couple of things differently. This deck, as some of you guys might already be furiously typing, is probably not the ideal meta NORAD deck, but I'm trying to tweak it more to something that maybe I'll actually enjoy playing. So I'm trying a few different things here that I haven't really done in the past. So in the logistics tab, I'm going to bring the Humvee CV instead of the infantry CV, just because I've been tending to kind of roll more towards the cheap 10 HP CVs, and the Humvee CV is nice and fast too on top of that, but I've been kind of leaning more towards those over the infantry CVs and a lot of other decks. I know they're not great because they're susceptible to being clustered, but I just like the mobility of them and the fact that they're 10 HP, generally speaking. If they start getting artillery, unless they get hit directly, a lot of times you can still get them out of danger. Again, I know this might not be the most meta pick, but I think it's what's been working for me personally. And then I brought the Canadian fob because, as you guys are probably going to see in the tier list coming up, whenever Razman puts it up, the Canadian fob is just better than the American fob, just objectively. I'm not going to give you any reason, it just is. Alright, infantry tab. I've always ran 2 cards of rifleman in the A3, and I think I'm going to keep that. I do kind of like having spammy infantry, so that's going to stay where it is. I feel like 1 card I'll run out, 2 cards is perfect. Now I'm going to try Rifleman 90 and the M1A2 Bradley. I'm not really a big fan of tow launchers, but I don't particularly like the Canadian IFE. I know a lot of people like it, but it's just not really my cup of tea, and the down-vetted Bradleys are just kind of weak, so I'm going to try this one out. I'm bringing the Rifleman 90 just to have a 20-round-minute launcher with decent AP, but I could probably just bring it with base Rifleman. I'm going to try the Rifleman 90 here, okay? Canadian Airborne and the Bison, and Highlanders and the Bison. These are a couple of picks that I normally would keep. That being said, though, I think I used to run the SMAW, actually, over the Canadian Airborne, but I'm not a big fan of the FIST team. The SMAW is good, but I just don't utilize it right, I don't think. I think the Canadian Airborne will fit a little bit better into my playstyle. I wish there was a better AT weapon that wasn't the Eric's, but the Canadian Airborne's about the best you get. But they're going to be for my city fights, is what the Canadian Airborne are going to be for. So I'm bringing them about as cheap as they come. Actually, that is as cheap as they come. Support tab. Pivads. I love the Pivads, keeping it in the deck. ADATs. I don't normally run the ADATs. I actually normally run a Chaparral, but the Chaparrals are so disappointing. They almost always let me down, and I'm tired of them. So even though the ADATs will take more micro, I think I'm going to bring it into the deck. I'm bringing it down vetted. I don't think bringing it up vetted is going to benefit me a ton because of the 70% accuracy. I could be wrong here. There could be a nice advantage to that, but I'm going to just keep it down vetted for now. Hawk Pick 3. This is normally actually a Patriot in my regular deck, but I feel like the Pip 3 is something that is just more cost effective. So again, it's getting a shot. Another thing that some people might be screaming about, I'm bringing up-vetted mortars. I don't normally do this. This is something completely different to what I normally do. I just read someone somewhere that was actually having success with them. So, you know what? I'm going to try the up-vetted mortars. I don't think it's the best pick. but I just want to try something different. And lastly, the M110. This is actually something I normally bring. I like the Quad Stacks M110. I just don't use it that often. That being said, I think I normally actually use the Atacams, but Atacams is just such a specialist unit. I don't really think it's something that I should be running all the time, but a lot of times I do. Tank tab, this is pretty bog standard. There's nothing really special here. Super heavy, workhorse, and then forest fights. Recon, this tab is quite a bit different to what I'll normally run. The Rangers are pretty standard. I like the Ranger. The Pathfinders, I don't know, their AT weapon just lets them down. They're great at fighting in towns, but maybe they are worth bringing because I don't really have that much in this tab that is strong at town fighting, but that's not really what the US does very well anyways, or I should say NORAD. I'm also going to bring the M3A2 Bradley. I know, again, this isn't a good pick, but a friend of mine has been using this thing recently, and the stealth tow launcher is pretty powerful in the right spot, so I'm bringing them upvetted. Again, I probably don't need to, though, because of the 70% accuracy, but I just want to give it a shot. LAV Scout, Flank Scout, general purpose, love it. Pretty much a must-have. Then the longbow. I'm bringing the longbow upvetted. I'm not bringing it upvetted for the increase in accuracy. I'm actually bringing it upvetted for the reduced stun time. I don't want the longbow to get stunned and killed off if I mismanage it. I normally bring 2, but I'm going to try bringing it upvetted this time. Again, maybe not the most meta thing to do, but I'm just trying different things for me here. Helicopter tab, DAP and Super Cobra. I normally always bring the DAP. The Super Cobra, not so much. I actually normally only run 4 cards here in the Recon and 1 in the helicopter and bring an extra plane in the air tab, but I got rid of one of those. So that way I could bring the Bradley and I can bring the Super Cobra. I have never even really used this thing. I think I've only used it a couple of times. The sidearm actually seems kind of okay. It's not the best seed missile ever, but it does come on a helicopter, and I just want to give it a shot. It does have the tow launcher, which is really nice. I do have the longbow, but I only have 1, but this could be a nice substitute. I'm not a very helicopter-heavy player in general, though, so I think I'll be okay. Lastly, the air tab. This is probably the biggest... Well, I say that. I normally run the Block 52, and then I will bring myself the F-18C and the Nighthawk, and I will bring the A-10 and the EF-111. I don't think that was really a great lineup there, so I'm going to bring the F-15C at Elite, even though I really do still like the Block 52. I just think having an Elite Superfighter might be something really nice to have, and I think maybe the US should have that. Then I'm going to bring myself these Veteran Hornets, and for those of you that maybe are questioning this one, I think this is the more meta pick anyways normally, but why wouldn't you just bring the, where is it, the F-15A? Here it is. The reason why you bring the C over the A, or I'm sorry, the 18 over the 15 is because these AIM-9Ms are better than the AIM-9Ls. But you go, well, but dude, you get 4 Sparrows with the F-15A. The Sparrows, you're never going to use all 4. I just don't see you using all 4 in the F-15. The thing that can happen is F-15 has a very nice time over target, so you can actually get through multiple engagements. But most of the time, whenever you're using your fighters, you're going to have them go in, fire off their weapons, and then evac. And a lot of times they're going to get hit anyways. So I think maybe actually just having the 2 Sparrows is the better choice. But these AIM-9Ms have better accuracy and a little bit further range, so they're going to be more involved in the fight, and generally, especially if you're going head-on with something, you're only going to get one of these Sparrows off before the AIM-9 start firing anyways. So that's why I like the 18 in this situation, and I think for the most part that is probably the more meta option, believe it or not. That being said, for the long patrolling, that is what the 15C is there for. The 4 AMRAMs, you will get at least a couple off, if not 3 off on the 15C, but you should be able to pull it back to patrol longer after engagement, provided it's not being fired at and you're not evacing it out. And you don't need to evac it out, I should say. F-18C here. I'm bringing it upfitted. I normally just bring it at trained, but it does feel like a bit of a dice roll. So I'm going to try to micro it a bit better in the case of an enemy super heavy and try to just use it as elite. Try not to suicide it in, but this might not be the best choice for me. I might be better off just keeping it down vetted, but again, it just seems like such a dice roll. So I'm going to try it at this higher veterancy. I like using these tank snipers at further ranges and kind of swooping them across the front line instead of diving in. So this might be better. And then lastly, the Nighthawk. No real need to explain it. I normally run the Nighthawk. The Nighthawk is great. And actually, if the 18C goes down, the Nighthawk might be able to kill the super heavy anyways. So anyways, that's kind of the deck, the picks, and how all that is going. And I'm going to go find a game, and I'll see you guys there in just a second. Alrighty, we got ourselves a match here. I did go ahead and hop into the rank. There's quite a few people running rank, so I went ahead and just went for that to try and get a little bit of a better match. I don't know if I've ever played with him. We'll see how this goes. So, let's see if we can keep golf actually competitive here. Going with a longbow here at the start is going to be possibly detrimental, but we'll see. And I'm not the best at ranked, right? You know, I'm going to be the first to say that here right off the bat. Not fantastic at ranked, but let's see what happens. I think I'm gonna hold off on buying anything over there for now. Just gonna get our own tank coming this way, and then we'll grab some riflemen. What? Did I not put these LAVs down over here? Whoa, that could have been bad. Or no, you know what? Let's get just one over there, one over here. And I'm probably, again, going to do things wrong here just because it's ranked. And this isn't normally what I play, but it's more kind of getting a feel for this deck and seeing if I like the changes I made. That being said, the only change that's sitting here right now is the Elite Longbow, which I should probably... Let's go ahead and start these guys a little bit closer over here. And I put the backslash in for style because I got fat fingers. Whenever he sends it back, if he reciprocates, I'll go ahead and hit the launch battle. And I'm going off of what I see a lot in regular games and what I've seen in replays on this map. I know I'm not going to be able to contest golf first. For sure he's got a much shorter road here, but I'm going to still try and contest it. Alright, let's see what happens. One of you over here, offload, fall back. You here, you here, offload, fall back, hit pivots.
Unchecked and ready. All of you, get out of my way.
Oh, interesting.
Where do you need us, sir? Got the binoculars, Corporal.
Alright, let's go ahead and start falling back with these guys.
Won't see this one coming. We're sweeping this
If we
area.
can get that, that would be actually pretty okay overall. And that guy did not go the way that I was expecting him to go, which is okay.
Flying in. Heading to give me reference.
Let's get up in here relatively quick. Oh, come on.
Let's move.
You. So that tells me that there's probably going to be something coming around. Let's get some Canadian Airborne over here.
Who do you want us to transport?
another ranger group here.
Spit it out.
Interesting.
Go ahead, over. Awaiting new orders, sir. Are you talking to me?
Got combat over here. Jaeger did make it through.
Someone called for a cab?
And that is something I don't know if I can really do a whole lot against. Oh, I got a paw tiger. Might be able to get up with the DAP here. Come on, DAP. Nope. DAP lost. That's unfortunate. Let's bring the longbow around here.
Just spit it out.
Fortunately, Leo can't really fight that.
Sir, yes, sir. That's the ready, sir. Just spit it out. Get a better look from there.
Those are some very cheap units right there.
Who do you want us to transfer?
And he's using that completely as a helo hunter. Stun it. There we go. Good. I can bring the longbow back. That's okay.
There's Corporal.
And he's gotten that taken care of. So he owns the middle of the map.
At your service, sir. Get a better look from there.
Well, let's go ahead and get you here.
Always comes down to
Not
the
playing
individual
too hot, but I'm actually not minding the Jack either, though. Well, might be able to get the Tiger here.
Lying in, weapons hot.
Especially with the DAP. Come on, DAP.
Check.
Back off. Come on. No, you're firing at the wrong fucking helicopter.
It's gonna rain down on them crawlers.
Nice job, DAP. Good
Most
job.
enemies don't have any air defense.
Just gonna back you out of here. Get ourselves another mechs is coming up here. All right, this is turning into a halfway decent match. I'm not doing completely terrible.
You'd be blind without it.
Let's go ahead and grab ourselves an M110. I am operating without smoke, which is a little bit strange for me.
What are your orders, sir?
Though, I did just lose that Vulcan.
Of course, sir. As you say, sir.
Oh, where did my longbow go?
You'd be blind without it.
You healed up? Yep. Oh, they actually killed off the C2 of the Deccan's group?
Customers for attack.
Okay.
Good scout is one you don't see.
Interesting. Well, and they're able to get... What? Okay.
Good scout is one you don't see.
Okay, game. That's pretty clutch of you.
Go ahead, over. What can the infantry do for you, sir?
Kind of a waste of longbow missiles, but that's okay.
Going on a hunt.
Oh, fuck. Automatic. If I can get the automatic, though, it'll be okay. Well, that wasn't the best trade in the world.
What are your orders, sir? It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle. It's not my war. The enemy is
Just gonna back them off. And he does have a +2 going, so I'm gonna have to buy a CV.
Sir, yes, sir. Platoon is formed and ready.
But that can be done here in just a sec.
It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle. What can the infantry do for you?
Really, Leopard? There you go.
March formation. Move it. Center done.
The Deccan Scripta is getting used quite a bit. Which is something that you don't see in a lot of more regular games. Was able to get rid of that though, so that is a big thorn in my side gone. And he's capped another point, so I really have to
Blind it out.
start capping at this point.
Need some extra eyes, sir? Awaiting new orders, sir.
Alright, let's get a Humvee CP here in just a second.
Awaiting new orders, sir.
That Tiger 2 has gotten incredibly lucky. Oh, that's the second one, actually, now that I think about it.
Are you talking to me? Lead. Up. Get out of here.
Pivads?
The enemy is in range, so are we. Why do I have the feeling that you're about to put our lives at risk? Give us an eye. Us, sir? Need customers for a taxi route. You'd be blind without. Sneaking in.
Still got plenty of time. I did let him get a little bit more of a lead than I would like, but that's okay.
Consists of two types of people: artillerymen and targets.
But I do admit that this game is not quite going too well for me. Might just have to Nighthawk that town here in a little bit.
Good scout is one dump. Leaving this area. I hate rock. Need some extra fire? What can the infantry do for you, sir?
Another Pa Taiga.
Nothing to report.
Not ideal. I think that means that there's probably another Leo coming up, but I do know for sure
Scout is one you don't see.
that he has.
All right, sweetheart. What are you waiting for?
Some other fun toys over here.
Transportation Corps ready for your orders, sir. Beginning grid reference.
Oh fuck, I messed up. What? Does he have fucking shit behind me? That's obnoxious, if he does.
I knew you wouldn't leave us idle for long. The enemy is ready.
Yeah, he does.
Are you talking to me? Yes, sir.
It's about the most obnoxious thing that he could be doing, honestly. And he's got Milans now in those buildings.
Why do I have the feeling that you're about to put our lives at risk?
Milans that hit things through cover. That's cool.
Transportation Corps ready for your orders, sir.
Don't lose their tracking.
It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle. You've got something for me? Bring it on.
Well, am I not going to actually kill that off? Oh, so that he's got more infantry back here.
Grab the binoculars, Corporal.
Just shoot it.
We're on it, sir. Need a ride? You spotted something?
And he's got a whole bunch built up there now. So he's running a land jet deck here. Interesting. I don't think this will work, but I'll just go ahead and run youth back there. Not hawk that.
Guns ready, sir.
Oh, wait, is this actually going to work? He really doesn't have anything to stop. He's got an automatic back there, though. Here's his fob.
Brace yourself, we're flying in.
This isn't normally the tactic I would use, but if he's not going to stop it, then here's a CV. Don't have anything really ready, but that'll be okay.
Ammo, fuel, spare parts, anything you want. Changing position. Start the engine. I can hear the bullets whistling by me.
And he does have a CV that was in Charlie. Oh, there's the Tiger. And Deckensgruppe. Man, those fucking things are actually really annoying. Again, you don't really encounter that a whole lot normally in multiplayer, but fucking hell, the Deckensgruppe are annoying. Well, that means he's going to have golf more than likely, too, here in a sec. I am at a +3, but I don't think I'm bringing this one back. Not realistically, at least.
If the enemy is in range, so are we.
Yeah, I think I'm going to call it a GG. I don't think there's any real reason to keep trying on this.
Adjusting on target.
Well, let's go ahead and whip out this this A5 just for shits and gigs. Bye, A5. No. Alright. I didn't quit because of that, but whatever. GG, well played. I was outranked. It's all good. Those Deckens group are just... God, they're obnoxious, aren't they? Yeah, he has a little bit more ranked experience than me. I don't know. I feel like the US deck actually performed pretty well. I enjoyed it. But I just didn't play very well. I got kind of unlucky with the daps and the fact that they didn't go after the Tiger 2s. I know he landed them, but I didn't know that prevented fire and forget missiles from still tracking the target, but I guess it does, which is just a game knowledge thing. It's not that the deck was bad. So anyways, I'll probably go review this replay and see what I did wrong. I already kind of have an idea of what I did wrong, but I thought the whole super heavy meta was completely out of this game, but the fact that he had a super heavy in the middle kind of fucked me up. And I probably committed too much into helicopters, actually. But a lot of times that that left side gets healer rushed, but he went for a moto push, which makes a lot of sense, which helicopters would still prevent, but I don't have the right kind of helicopters for that. You know what's great? Let's do a quick replay review anyways. He is, again, much more experienced in rank than I am, and a much higher rank. So, me losing, I'm not too mad. I just didn't play very well, though. Alright. Yeah, he went with a very light push, actually, over here on this side. And very heavy in the middle. I knew about the slinks over here. I just never really found them. I didn't utilize my longbow very well, either. Automagic, Roland. Yeah, he went very much heavier here in the middle than I did. And he didn't really use a whole lot of line infantry. This town I should have been able to take, but those Deckens group had just wreck through everything. They're very potent units. Holy moly. And I'm usually not a big fan of those fist teams, but against something at range like that, they can just kind of rip through. This map, I think in particular, is great for them because everything is kept to like middle range engagements. So, and then he just got his CV points going a little bit sooner than I did too, which just increased his lead just enough. Kind of a waste of longbow stuff, but that's okay. This was the Tiger that really should have gotten got by the DAP. Like, from the air-to-air missile. You want to go land it. And the air-to-air missile fires. Oh yeah, it fired at the wrong helicopter, and then that one just straight up missed. And then it's landed by then. Okay, okay. Makes sense, makes sense. Yeah, it's just this little village right here. And then this was kind of sneaky over here, but I should have probably accounted for that. This actually isn't that hard to stop, especially if I had... I mean, pretty much just anything would stop a flank over there. And that is one thing about the balance on this map that is super fucked, is the fact that his 2-point has a very easy way to sneak across. I'm sorry, my 2-point has a very easy way to sneak across and behind, and his pretty much doesn't have a flank because it's protected by bridges. This map is a little bit unbalanced in that regard. I guess Bravo... I mean, I don't know, but Golf is pretty heavily weighted to him, and I guess Bravo is supposedly more weighted to me, but I don't think that this is the most balanced map in the world, honestly. I feel like if you're on this side, you probably should win more just because they can flank your 2-point through this little dinky forest. Yeah, provided it's kind of an easy thing to stop. But if they're to just extend that river just a little bit where you have to cross the river, that would at least expose them for a little bit. But I mean, even then, they can get into this forest and just hike around. I mean, they do get exposed right here, though. So, I guess it's not terribly balanced, but the fact that they can go through a forest all the way around is it's pretty bad. And mismicroing the longbow there was another big mistake. If those first two had gone after the automatic, kept the longbow, Leo's neutralized, would have been a great success, but it just wasn't. I do think upvetting the F-18 was a really good idea, because both of the missiles hit, and that was super clutch and really needed. I never really pushed. I did kind of push through the Bisons, but these guys over here were pretty much unused and a waste for the most part. Yeah, and then his middle was weak, but I just could never get back in there because I guess these are elite. If I did take a guess, yeah, they're elite, and they're just surprisingly able to just mow down freaking everything. And the fact that I didn't use mortars in this game, which is normally, I'm normally actually decent about my mortar usage, but I just didn't this time, and that was a big mistake. So, just poor play. That's all it comes down to. I think the deck's fine, actually. I kind of enjoyed it, but I just didn't utilize it the best that I could. I think I need to use it a little bit more, get used to NORAD, and I think I'll actually end up enjoying it. I don't know if there's any changes I would make. Not right now, at least. Maybe this will turn into a series. Maybe I'll do another ranked game or two with the same deck. Probably not today, but whenever I get some time. And this was a stupid mistake, but whatever. Alright. That's all I'm going to have for y'all today. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. And I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. And you guys have a wonderful day. And I'll catch you later. Adios.